Good evening, young people. I'm Mr. Jim. I'm one of the elders of the church, which means I'm one of the leaders. And tonight I want to read to you When Things Get Really Scary. Well, maybe not all that scary. This is based on the book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 32, verses 22 through 32. Sometimes everything gets scary. After living away from home for many years, Jacob missed his brother Esau more and more. Finally, he decided to go home to see Esau again, but Jacob was scared to go home. Esau got wicked mad when Jacob left home with their father Isaac's money. Jacob was afraid his brother would still be mad. On his way home to see his brother, something even scarier happened. One night, Jacob took his whole family across the last river they had to cross before they got home. Then he sat down in the dark by the river to think. Nearby in the dark, someone moved. Jacob jumped. Who was it? His brother? Esau? A ghost? A stranger? He couldn't tell in the dark. Suddenly, a mysterious stranger grabbed Jacob, and Jacob wrestled with him. They wrestled and wrestled into the night. Jacob couldn't see anything. He didn't know what to do. When he was more afraid than he could ever remember, Jacob heard a voice. He didn't know where it came from. The voice said, "Let go." "Help me," Jacob said. "What's your name?" asked the voice. "Jacob," he said. And then the voice surprised Jacob. "I'll give you a new name," the voice said. "Your new name will remind you that God is always with you. No matter what happens, no matter how afraid you get, even when you can't see and don't know what to do, God will be there. Your name will be Israel." And then everything disappeared. The voice was silent. The stranger was gone. Jacob sat down by himself in the dark. When the sun finally rose, Jacob got up and walked away from the river to meet his family. He was limping from wrestling with the stranger, but he had a new name, and his name reminded him that God would be there when everything gets really scary, even in the dark, even when he didn't know what to do. Now he wanted to see his family again more than ever, and he wanted finally to meet his brother Esau. Now I have the courage, he thought, to meet Esau again. Here are some questions for you to think about. What do you think Jacob heard that night? When you have felt scared, perhaps you couldn't see or didn't think or didn't know how to act. And remember, God is with you. Even when you are scared, what can you do to have courage? Good night, boys and girls.